We want to have you share with us your thoughts on Nigeria at 16. The next few days, we're celebrating in the next few days, we will be celebrating Nigeria at 16. How do you feel, sir?
Well, I feel happy that I'm alive, but I'm not happy that Nigeria is not what we dreamt of it. As somebody who took part in the struggle for independence and the achievement in the early days of the 50s, when we had self-government in the Western region, Ashifawolo was the premier. The type of constitution we had then, after fight, struggling for the unity of the country in parliament. It's not what it should be. We had a problem before independence, but by the time we had the Constitutional Conference of 1954, after the motion of Chief Anthony and the colonialists asked us all to come forward, not to London, after that crisis, by the channels. They have settled the question of how we are going to live together, and we settled for federalism.
Okay.
And before them, under my fighting constitution, there was no premiership. It was after that conference in 1954 that the position of premiership was created in the regions. We became autonomous to the extent that we established our own embassy in London under that constitution. Okay. And the constitutions were written separately, east, west, and the north. And we carried on. The contentious issues at that time, the question of revenue allocation was settled on derivation after a long fight like that. We go after that. So all things that were very contentious were settled at the Constitutional Conference. And then, because they now didn't want self-government at the time the East and the West wanted it, we had to wait in 1960 because the East and the West had their own 56 or 57. The North stayed until 59. So it was after the North had got self-government and we were all eternally self-government that we had our independence in 1960. That is the 60. And after that 1960, we carried on. But after we had a crisis, but the military came in 1966 and structured everything. They sent us back to its using form of government under a multilingual, multicultural society, which was not convenient. And I don't know say it, but that was the position. But we are just trying to change the background of why I am not happy as where we are. The progress we are making up to 1960, 63, we had a crisis. I don't say we should such cry, but the military junta of 1966 structured everything, and we have not got out of the woods up to now.
So, sir, what would you call the biggest problem that Nigeria is facing? What would you call the biggest problem that Nigeria is facing?
The biggest problem, well, we haven't got the right leadership. We have the resources on earth that we have not got the right leadership that understand the problem of the country, and of course, when you don't understand it, you can't get it. You can't. It needs to expect for this solution from you can't get solution. In spite of what people are saying about the solution, the turn is there. In short, the military interregnum was a disaster to the country. What the man you are talking about, the talk of corruption, was during the military that corruption went high. I will honestly say that we are accused by our government the first form of corruption and accountable. In retrospect, I will apologize to them that we say they were corrupt because we are accusing them that they were 10%ers. Now we have our 50%ers, 20%. They were sent there.
You mean the military?
Yeah, the Okotebo,
Okay.
the crisis that we were saying, we are accusing the Baliwa government of corruption and all that, and Okotebo. Then, to us, to have 10% was concerned, all was sacrilegious. That was the crisis we were having at the military came. But when the military came, and up till now, even when Buhari came down, he said Jonathan was corrupt, Jonathan was corrupt. His own is corruption. Corruption is Buhari's government's corruption unlimited. And to the extent that the man who says he want to wipe off corruption now embellishes corruption. So somebody, I mean, look at Silva in his cabinet. He was found guilty of corruption. Properties were seized from him, and because he declared for you, you not only cancel the judgment by EFCC set up, you return all the properties to him. I never appealed. To carry it on now, you put him into the cabinet. He's now in the cabinet with the lawyer that prosecuted him successfully for corruption. You see how patently unconscious. Anyway.
So when you read papers every day and you listen to the news and you hear,
sir. I'm a frustrated old man. I'm not a happy man at all. I'm not happy. That's why I say that the only times I need to go that I'm alive. But I fought all the dreams that we fought for before independence. We are demonstrating. As a student in London, we are demonstrating. We thought the colonialists were not doing anything good for us, and that we could do better. And we know we could do better by the administration of our law during the 50s. But when that gone down.
But there are those who also say that there are those who say that the British, the way they handed over to Nigerians, that there was no way we would have been able to get it right. That there's no way we would have been able to get Nigeria right. Going by all the
that is true. You have to go through all that. I am particular about addressing the issue now. There is no doubt that the British, from the time of amalgamation to the time they handed over, they wanted to live and still be in control, and they can only be in control through an organization that they can control, which is the northern region. All that is I don't want to go into all that. Up to the question of the population, they read the population of the north. Aaron Smith was one of the officers there. That confessed that they mango the population to the extent that they now say they have more people have dominated parliament, but through which they are now controlling us. All that is that. We have settled that by time we still have independence. As some people say that I did that for you. He did that, that I said, I'm not looking back. Or if you go back to recrimination, that does not solve the problem of the food on the table for the common man now. How do we still do that now? And when we go back to the basic, which is what we now, which I'm begging Buhari to do, and I hope God will hear our prayers, to restructure this country back to federalism. Until he does that, we can never get out of it. And Nigeria will break. If it doesn't do it now.
So are you saying that if you have the opportunity of meeting with President Buhari, you tell him that you should...
I don't mean that do I have to meet him person that talking to you, what they are doing? This is why there are a lot of things many people don't know. We campaigned for him in 2007 when we are meeting him. How many times have I met him? That is why I convincingly tell people that Buhari is not honest about the unity of this country. He has a hidden agenda of fulanizing the country. Anything he says is fake. And I say it emphatically. Like Mohammed can come and say that's a fake something. Why am I saying fake? I tell you. At time when I say the man has no integrity, some of his close friends tell me, oh, that word is too strong. I said, well, what word do I use for a man who make a promise and does not fulfill? One, in 2007, he lured their friend to support him. Myself, and yeah, we supported Buhari, but we don't know. And we can pray for him that I never see when he was contesting against Buya, Dua, and three of them at that time, because he was going to do social. Tunde Bakari was his running mate. He promised social. All this I'm telling you, I've said it several times in the papers. And you felt my nation who defend the defensible for the government has not got the gut to refuse what I've said. I say it and I mention his name to refuse that ask your boss whether we did not campaign for him. And why is your boss whether he did not promise social? Even under this present constitution. Before Jagaban foolishly went to an alliance with him, if social is number one on their manifesto. When pressure was much, he set up a refine. He said it's not there. What has he done? Nothing there. When it was being sworn, he said, oh, I'm born again Democrat. I said, and I made the statement and hold on to it. Have you been democratic? The press can't talk what they like now. You put people in the jail because they don't say what you want. You bastardize the judiciary. You did everything that is anti-democracy. All because you want to save the government. So it's not a question of meeting, it's a question of people, beside myself, people who are explaining who are betting. I won't embarrass anybody by mentioning it. They have given a proposal, he said, okay, I will do it, I do that. Months after that, they go to him, he pretends that he does not do. And they go with him with a copy of, this is the memo we gave you. He said, okay. People don't know him that he just it's not what he pretends to be. He's not a Democrat. Of course, we have said it ever since this formula started. It's a religious egoist. It's a feudalist. It's not a Democrat. And all he wants is for the Fulani to come in. And when we say that, people say, how do you can? Now, from the evidence before you, that's why I blame you, President. You are not exposing the man as you should be because we close your paper. When the this Fulani aspect started the invasion of the South, Middle Belt, Sahara time. I would say Fulani aspect, they are killing, they are raping and all that. When they came in 2014, 15, 17, how do you know they are Fulani? Then you press me pipe down because they want to know. I said, then aspect. But when it became so clear, people now know it's Fulani. Then they say, no, they are not the local Fulani. They are Fulani from Niger. No, from North Africa. From this man, the northern
Libya.
Libya, thank you. He says of Libya. To me, that is even worse. Unfortunately, you president didn't pick him up. So same Fulani from the same country enter your territory to do harm, rape, plunder, kill, and you are the commander commander-in-chief, how did they enter the country? And you put your policemen at the borders. You are the immigration officer, you are the custom officer, you are the AYO chief of army staff, you are the navy, police, everything. And these invaders came in, and you have to protect life and property. What are you there for? But the Nigerians are still looking, they are still believing in. If the commander-in-chief will tell me, say, those who are damaging, killing people, raping them, they are not Fulani of the same place, they are Fulani from another place. What is it there for? What type of evidence of incompetence? And yet you're there for 5 years. Since you are fighting. And you see, why I say I'm very sad. Some people now say, ADEBANJO don't like Buhari. Why should I hate him? I say emphatically, with all sense of responsibility, I have a greater stake in Nigeria than Buhari.
Why?
I'll tell you why. I've been fighting for the unity of this country before, when it was a toddler. I've been fighting for it when he was a toddler, I repeat. We started the independent and self-government for Nigeria since 50 years I've been this. That's 70 years ago. It's only 74. It was a toddler then. The Boko Haram that is fighting there, where I say they are fighting in 1979, I was there for 1 year in Maiduguri campaigning for the UPN for us to have a country together. Not just driving from the west. If I don't like the north or something, I will go there. 1 year. My party behind the candidate there, Paul Bassi, he died about 2 months ago. That's a clear evidence. At that time, where was he? Now we now say, well, the way you are ruling this country, you want this country to break. And some of these lieutenants who are either ignorant or mischievous say, oh, if you talk of sanctuary, you want to break the country. Anybody opposed to sanctuary, they might want to break the country. Because you are giving us a constitution where other parts of the country are being oppressed openly, and we are saying it. When he came in and said that all the security people, about 32 or 33, all from the north, from Katsina, and all that is not right. He said, no, you can only put those who we trust. So those who voted for you in the south, you don't trust them when you want to appoint people. All the pressure and all that is just dead ears. He did the same thing. He came in again, repeated the same thing. And the Johnny people in the APC, particularly those of them, they were Tinubu, Akode, and all that, open their eyes wide. They say they are representing the Yorubas. I know the Yorubas are being uprooted from important places. Even the nominees of Tinubu for this government, he has sacked them all. You know that? And they still keep on. That's why I've now made up my mind to telling the Yoruba people that the APC, the Yoruba people, the APC don't represent you, they represent their interests. What have they brought to us? And they tell, oh, they take them to the center because all the nominees, all your cronies were put into ministerial position. What have we got in the Yoruba West? And he is doing everything to keep, in case the country to break that way, to do everything for the north. He's now doing railway from Kaduna to Katsina to Yola to the other side. Of what economic value? We are too civilized and too enlightened for that. We have been fighting for the development of this country ever before he left school. So I have been disappointed, disgruntled, and I'm very sad at independence because of the opportunities we have that have not been done. Because of the great country we were built together, people deliberately want to get us disappointed, to frustrate us by doing everything. Take for instance, for the past 1 year or more, all responsible people in this country have been talking of restructuring. Even Obasanjo, who was opposed to anything like that, now say, oh, I now realize this. This is what to realize. Afe Babalola does not take part in politics. I will say, restructure now. Absalam, the man who, the other,
Article.
No, the other military man.
IBB.
IBB. They all say restructure. If you want to keep the country together. As he said, you whether yes or no, you just pretend as if stupid people are talking. Not even to say, oh no, what is your fear? All the fear that the people are talking does not exist. It's that. We make specific accusation of nepotism and everything. It's only outside that we only vote for, we only appoint those in your trust and those who voted for you. That's the way to keep the country together. And you go and attack the Igbos that they want to separate because you want to keep the country together, and you say they can't be president. I'm only saying this because if there are even some Yorubas people accuse me, you are supporting the Igbos for this. I said, is it right? If you want us to come together, if you are in their position, you have to come together, but I can't be part of the higher position of the country. Why am I there? That's why people are going away. That is why restructuring is very important, to silence the separatists. If today you restructure the type of federalism we had as independence, which are often referred to when they want to be mischievous, they say, oh, the people are talking restructuring, what do they mean? They now pretend they don't know what they mean, and then if you don't know what to mean, go back to independence constitution. Even the VP who took Obasanjo to court on the question of local government allocation on federal system, he took him to court and won the case in Supreme Court. He now became the VP. He now says, what do I mean? And when I told him that myself and your father, we are followers of Shivalo for instruction, it's instruction you are born in. He has not answered me. Although he said, those of us who are talking of instruction, it's because they have not been given job. The job you have had before you are born. You see, that is all the insult we are having. Until today, have you heard Tinubu talking about structuring? And that is the base on which was elected. I have said he has not denied. He himself, Shoba, Kode, ADEBANJO, and all that. Now, because they have been given the cross from the table, everything is okay. All the appointments being loaded to the north and expressed on the south, okay. Fowler, who say was there for you, so the man will put that right there. And all that appointees. And then give you sinecure appointment in the center, your shanties. And appoint, even those who are in the ministry of any whatever they are, they don't rule there. I mean, they are giving the necessary allocation for their job. And then they are now want to acquire the land, water areas.
Yeah.
That he knows the land use decree already give all this to the government.
Yeah.
You want to go by the back door, want to upgrade it and pass it. And you like Mohammed from the AC, Yoruba AC, you are saying it must be done. All because you are a minister. They should not give government where one day they are coming back home. But we will achieve restructuring in their lifetime.